Hello friends, this is your full moon reading. Today is the 2nd, but tomorrow is going to be the full moon. It peaks at 6:38 a.m. on March 3rd. So if you're preparing to do your rituals tonight, this is just a little reading to help offer you guidance on what you may need to focus on clearing during this new moon. We're also in Mercury retrograde, so now is the time for all of the RE words: rest, relax, release, rejuvenate, revitalize, review, revisit, revamp, reorganize, revisit, remove. All of those sort of things right now are major themes for this Mercury retrograde, but I feel like amplified with this full moon that we have coming up tomorrow. So we're going to get into what you need to focus on as far as your full moon rituals go. Don't know if you're into candle work, but when I was lighting mine, that came to mind. What is collective needs here? What is collective needs here for this next full moon? Being drawn to start with my other one. You know, full moons are already largely about release. And so I feel like this one, journal prompts and things like that are going to be significant. Thank you, Spirit. We have the Four of Wands. You may have some people that come back from the past, and it may affect your stability in a way that kind of confuses you. It's coming back as like to see if you truly release them. It's coming back to see if there's still cords that are attached. And this doesn't have to just be romantically, but this can also be friendships, family. If they're coming back into your life, I don't really like the word test, but it's going to feel like a test. And of course, if you didn't get it the last time, you're going to be able to get it this time. There's nothing wrong with forgiving anyone, because forgiveness a lot of the times is for yourself. It's releasing that for yourself. But this is going to call on you to see if your self-respect is where it needs to be in this time. Because although you've changed, they likely haven't. And they're seeing if they can get that same version of you that they were used to that was very much benefiting them and giving them. They're looking for you to fill their cup, for you to pour into them in some way. And so your boundaries and self-respect are going to have to protect you from overextending yourself and giving to this person in any sort of way, regardless of the level of entitlement that they may come into your life expecting. I also just got a call that could be significant. They could be contacting you over the phone, contacting you through text, contacting you from a new number if you blocked their old number, contacting you through WhatsApp, Instagram, something like that. The Hanged Man in reverse. It could definitely shake you up a little bit. It could shake you up a little bit. This doesn't mean that you haven't I don't know, moving on is such a weird thing. But I feel resistance around saying it doesn't mean that you didn't move on, because I think the opposite of, this quote is coming to mind, the opposite of, I believe it's hate, is indifference, but there's something around a feeling of indifference that is the identifier of rather you have truly moved out of this energy. And so if you're not feeling indifferent, but you're still feeling like you need to attach yourself to them in some way, this could be what you are needing to release right now. And whoever you have in your head is exactly the person that this is revolving around, or the people that this is revolving around when it comes to this side that they kind of bring up and trigger within you. A second. I'm still getting used to doing reversals. Contentment with present environment and circumstances, tendency to be preoccupied with material matters. You could be moving through this energy of like disconnectedness at this time. Disconnectedness from your intuition, kind of disconnected from that crown chakra energy. And even though it looks right side up, when this card is the other way, he's hanging upside down, but it never really gives like this like upside down energy. But when for some reason in this direction, it feels like things are like kind of turned upside down, like your life or your internal world feels like it's very like chaotic right now during this time. And we're in retrograde, so this month is going to be just a month that is calling you to be the version of you that is ready to sustain this life that you're walking into. And so this preparation process is going to be a lot of kneading, a lot of tenderizing. Like I'm getting these food references, like the prep is so essential because it's just going to allow you to open up in this beautiful way to where everything that you are is going to be able to be, I don't know, like experienced in this very beautiful way by all of the people that you interact with, and also by the things that you're doing. Like I feel like they're just really going to have this just beautiful touch that you can tell that you did it because you're really refining yourself right now. This period right now could be about refining. I feel like also refining your goals, refining your vision, getting very, very specific. I was listening to Dolores Cannon the other day, and she was talking about manifestation and how important it is, like, to be extremely specific, like down to the color, down to the everything. Like, you know, if you're thinking of like a brand that you want to create, like really being specific about every detail, the font, what you, not just what you want it to represent, but what do you want other people to experience when they interact with that brand. If it's your partner, getting really, really specific around what exactly do you want them to bring, and not letting your ego get into it, you know, which is like, oh, I'm asking for too much, or this is unattainable. Like really moving from in it within this space of being truly unapologetic about what you want, but also really sitting down and thinking to yourself, what do you want and why do you want it? What is it going to bring to your life? So we've got redefine, we've got release, we've got re-entry of whoever this is. Three of Cups. This could definitely be like a romantic, ex-romantic partner. Not romantic partner, ex-romantic partner. When someone shows you who they are, do not believe them the first time. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. I was thinking of the one by Dolly Parton. When someone shows you their true colors, don't paint them a different one. Don't paint them a different color when they showed you their true colors. And people know how to appear as if they've changed. And like I said, you can forgive someone and send them on their way. You know, a kiss, a pat on the back and let them move about their way. But the reality of it is if they were meant to be in your life, they would be. And them trying to make re-entry into your reality is not a representation of your story going in a completely different direction unless you want it to. Especially if this person was not, if they tried to tear you down, like I said in the first one, if they really tried to affect your stability, affect that root chakra, if you felt very clouded in your mind when you were with them, if you felt very ungrounded in your mental stability, this is not someone that you should be giving another chance to treat you in any particular way. I'm just going to say it. To treat you like shit. This should not be someone else that you allow to treat you like shit. If they did it the first time, I'm going to be brutally honest with you, they're going to do it the second time. And I think that this draw, like if you are drawn to like reignite this is something that you have to address in yourself. Why this toxic sort of dynamic and relationship is like drawing you in or attractive to you. Is it in alignment with the life that you want? That's why it's important for you to define clearly what you want right now. So that when they come in, are they in alignment with what you've just defined as the life that you want? We got the Ten of Swords. You be having some very vivid dreams. There's something about needing to protect yourself. Doing like a protective prayer, protective oils, crystals, something around really needing to protect your energy, specifically when you sleep. So maybe wearing a crystal to bed, putting it up under your pillow, putting oil on before you lay down. There's something about you being attacked within that astral realm during your sleep. I think that there's something that's trying to be communicated to you through your dreams, but you're being like attacked within that space right now, so it's hard to receive the messages clearly. You could almost be afraid of going to sleep, but I feel like rest right now is another one of those themes that you need to address with this full moon tomorrow, is rest. I feel like it's so many of them that are coming out with this reversal energy, which is interesting. I've never gotten this many cards in reverse. Also drawn to the threes here: mind, body, and spirit. A realignment of your mind, body, and spirit. Also getting with this card, the Three of Swords in reverse, that there's one part of your life that you're focusing more energy on, and that's the one that's really blooming and growing, and your fixation of your energy in this one particular area is causing the other two to lag. So let's say you're really fixated on physical fitness right now. You're hitting all of your goals, you're losing the weight, you're gaining the weight, whatever your goal is, but you are completely kind of ignoring your emotional state, or you're saying stuff like the gym is therapy. It's not. Sometimes it can just be another way to disassociate from actually listening to your feelings, because sitting down and listening to your feelings is something very different than going to the gym and having a momentary dopamine boost that's giving you the illusion that you're better if you're still, but you're still very much struggling with whatever was bothering you before you walked in there. And so I feel like your fixation on this one particular area of your life, this could also be like if you're doing very financially well and you're really fixating on your financial growth right now, and you're ignoring your physical and your mental health, your mental slash emotional health. This could also be like not focusing so much on like your spirituality if you're which a lot of the times, which I feel like is the one thing that grounds me a lot. But I feel like when we're in like heightened times or fixating on something in this physical realm, that tends to be the one that goes by the wayside. And so right now is a time of realignment between the mind, body, and spirit, a rebalancing of the three so that you can be in alignment. And so that also, again, if someone comes in and they're offering you something that you're not offering yourself right now, you don't jump at it because you're getting what you need from yourself. Sometimes that tends to be the reason why we go back too, right? It feels like a release. We also get to reconnect if we have felt disconnected from other people. But you deserve way better than scraps. You deserve better than good enough. Yeah. You could definitely be feeling isolated right now. And the draw with them will be they feel like a release from this isolation. But I want you to understand that sometimes that just because somebody is around you doesn't mean that they don't make you feel lonely. I feel like for me personally, I've had times in my life where I've had people around me and I've never felt lonelier. Versus the time when I was really dating myself, I was taking myself out, pouring into myself. I felt very content, and it was hard for people to understand that. They just knew that I was lonely, and I'm like, no, when I am with people and they don't ask me how I am, there's a lack of curiosity about how I'm doing. There's superficial conversation, like that makes me feel alone. But I feel like there's something here about that rebalancing that is going to allow you to not step so much into this energy of feeling like you need to be in certain spaces with certain people. You definitely feel left out in the cold. Have had a lot of people stab you in your back. A lot of people leave you. Right now is the time to address those abandonment wounds. All of them. Get really real with yourself. We've been talking a lot about root chakra energy lately, and I think that this is still something that we need to continue to focus our energy on. Is healing our stability, but also working on our sense of self, our self-concept. Our self-acceptance. And that there was nothing wrong with you as to why they left. They just were not for you. They were A1. They were not B1. They were meant to teach you something. You were meant to learn something. My dog is barking. Your pet could have not enjoyed them, not liked them. It's been some people that she hasn't necessarily been fond of. That could be significant. And again, with that protective energy, I would say even before you have a conversation with them, make sure you avoid like hugs and stuff like that. But do make sure that you protect your energy. And then we got rebuild energy with this card. I'm hearing rebuild your relationship with yourself. Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I might be getting the order wrong, but that's the way that I've been saying it. And it's an apology to yourself. Kind of put your hands on your heart. Say it as many times as you feel like you need to, and really be present in that moment, and allow yourself to just feel a release of the shame and the guilt. The shame and the guilt that can very well be stemming from whoever this person is, whatever this relationship was. They're all starting to connect more now. That could be what's kind of haunting your dreams. Could even be like daydreams, like past memories just coming up that's just like making you cringe. I feel like with this last card, this Nine of Wands, how this is kind of like releasing this green energy, that heart chakra energy. And now it's very important for you to release the shame and the guilt. So that you can build on solid ground. Because I'm hearing the ground is wet right now. So that you can step into this Emperor energy. So much green, this really heart-led energy. Something very important about your heart chakra as well right now. That's the only, I feel like that's like one of the biggest things if you have been struggling with like your self-concept and self-love is forgiving yourself and releasing yourself from the shame and guilt. Yeah. You are more than capable of getting everything you want in this life, but it's just going to take some forgiveness and some rewriting of your story. As long as you don't find purpose in your pain, you'll forever be a victim. Something that I say quite often. Because once you understand that everything that you've been through has brought you to this point, and if more so if you are proud, if you can find something about who you are right now that you're proud of, it makes what you went through to get to this particular point in that particular area even just a little bit worth it. Like, it doesn't have to be like you're happy about it, but like to have a deeper understanding of it, and to understand that if you didn't go through it, you likely wouldn't be this person. I think it's just making peace with your pain, and making peace with this past version of yourself that did what they needed to survive, to feel accepted, to feel loved, because they didn't know how to give it to themselves, because they were told time and time again that they weren't worthy of it, that they weren't deserving of it. Yeah, so forgive yourself. And make it very easy to forgive everyone else. We're going to do an oracle, 2 oracles, and then we're out, guys. Reclaiming my time. If you have an ex show up, please let me know. Hearing that Jasmine Sullivan song, I think it's, I'm trying to remember what it is. It's the one where she says, reclaiming my time. It is time to stop letting worry rule you. Instead, get excited about your future and all that it will bring. What energy and emotion you put out comes back to you with a little conscious effort on your part. The happy ending can be yours. Believe that. Don't worry about it. Release is big for you. Just release. Releasing shame, guilt, worry, releasing ideas of control, releasing people, releasing places, rebalancing between the mind, body, and spirit. Self-awareness is key. Take time today to go within and spend time with your soul. Go for a walk in nature and ground yourself. Meditate, listen to your favorite music, whatever you do, whatever you enjoy most, do that today. And so that's going to be another directive for your full moon rituals to make sure that you do some things that you enjoy to extend yourself that love. Maybe even revisit an old hobby that you and really enjoyed at one point, but for whatever reason, life may have gotten in the way. And I would suggest, taking some time to reconnect with that inner child version of you, or just a hobby that you had at one point that you really enjoyed. And that is it, guys. I send you guys off with love. I hope your full moon is everything that it needs to be for you, and I will see you next time.